Begin this morning with the continuing fallout from President Trump's decision to withdraw from the Paris Climate Agreement. Since the announcement Thursday, some aides to the president have defended his decision, while others have ducked questions about whether he believes in climate change after he previously called it a hoax.
Now, an increasing number of state leaders say climate change is very real. On Friday, the governors of Massachusetts, Vermont, Connecticut, and Rhode Island announced they would be joining California, Washington, and New York in forming the U.S. Climate Alliance, a collection of states committed to meeting the standards of the Paris Climate Agreement. Paula Reid is at the White House. Paula, good morning.
Good morning. Now, we know this president is no stranger to controversy, but this decision to withdraw from the Paris Accords drew international outcry. And on Friday, White House officials spent most of the day defending their boss against the world.
That the president made a very courageous decision yesterday in behalf of America.
EPA Chief Scott Pruitt, a leading voice in convincing President Trump to get out of the Paris Climate Accord, defended his boss Friday against critics.
We have nothing to be apologetic about as a country.
Vice President Mike Pence also came to the president's defense for making good on a campaign promise.
We're putting the American worker, the American economy first.
But Secretary of State Rex Tillerson, who was opposed to leaving the Paris Accord, downplayed the president's decision.
I don't think we're going to change our ongoing efforts to reduce those emissions in the future either, so hopefully people can keep it in perspective.
On Friday, a number of administration officials wouldn't give direct answers when asked if the president believes climate change is a hoax, as he said at rallies during the campaign.
A lot of it's a hoax. It's a hoax.
Yes or no? Does the president believe that climate change is real and a threat to the United States?
You know what's interesting about all the discussions we had through the last several weeks have been focused on one singular issue. Is Paris good or not for this country?
What does the president actually believe about climate change? Does he still believe it's a hoax? Could you clarify that, since apparently nobody else in the White House can?
Yeah, I have not had an opportunity to have that discussion.
In Europe, the president's move was met with shock and dismay. German Chancellor Angela Merkel was defiant. This decision cannot and will not deter all of us who feel obliged to protect this earth, she said. Under the Paris Agreement, the United States had the authority to reduce U.S. greenhouse gas emission targets to make them less onerous on American businesses. Press Secretary Sean Spicer said that wasn't good enough.
The president believes that it is in our country's best interest to renegotiate the deal.
European leaders also made it clear they had no intention of renegotiating. Instead, less than 24 hours after the U.S. withdrawal, European leaders welcomed China's Premier Li Keqiang and vowed to create new green jobs to fight global warming. On Thursday, France's President Emmanuel Macron called on the world, in English, to make the planet great again. While many world leaders were criticizing President Trump's decision, Russia's leader, Vladimir Putin, says he won't judge. He also noted that the agreement doesn't actually go into effect until 2021, giving leaders plenty of time to negotiate an alternative solution. Alex.
Paula Reid at the White House. Thanks, Paula.